Anyone who's ever told you that they've never lost money investing is flat out lying to you. It's a lot easier to lose money silver stacking than I think people realize, and I've even lost money myself. So in this video, we're going to talk about how not to lose money stacking silver. YouTube just released a really cool feature called a super thanks. It's kind of like a super chat for someone live streaming before a video. Now, this is where you can give a super thanks. See, this is my newest video, and see if you click right here, it says thanks. That's how you can donate to the video. Now, I'm going to start doing something where every video I make in the beginning, I will read my super thanks comments. So if you want to ask me a question or just say something, just say, hey, thanks, or have a question, whatever, I'm going to answer it in the next video. I think this will be a cool way to answer comments, or if you have anything you want to say and get my attention. I think this is going to be really cool. Now, Joker's Wild, my moderator, is the first and only person so far to give me a super thanks. He just says, what's up? And I'm just like, yo, first ever super thanks on my channel. You're a legend, because he really is a legend. Shout out Joker's Wild. And he said, thanks, I'll be here all night. And what he means by that is he sits in my comment section for my videos and erases and sends me the URL of all the spams of WhatsApp and all that. Then he sends me the URL, and then I block that account so they can't comment anymore and try to scam you. So shout out to Joker's Wild. We do a lot of work doing all that. Like right now, my phone has 50 something messages, and it's almost all from him sending me URLs of these scammers. Right after this video, I'm going to go through and block them all. But it's insane, and hopefully YouTube does something to stop this. Now, as an investor, you're bound to make some bad decisions, especially in the beginning. Now, my goal is to limit the amount of mistakes that my subscribers can have. Right? If I've made a mistake, I can hopefully share that with you so you don't make the same mistake. And there's lots of different mistakes to be made, especially when it comes to selling and buying. No, I mean, especially as a beginner, you don't really know all the legit places and the legit coins or the coins prices. And especially when it comes to selling, there's different places you need to sell or different coins to sell at different places, or how to store your silver properly using coin capsules or gloves or tarnish strips or dehumidifiers, or selling online versus local coin shops, and certain coins that are graded an MS70 versus an MS68, and the big difference between those. There's a lot of different things that has to incorporate into your success as a silver stacker. As a beginner, I'm going to tell you a story of how I lost money before. And I would love for you to share stories that you've had personally in the comments as well. This will help out a lot of people not make the same mistake. Like, I'm about to tell you a story, and hopefully you won't make this mistake. But if you also can offer a story, you might help someone else as well. Let's just make this one big community discussion of how to avoid mistakes. After I share my mistake, I'll talk about a lot of other common ones. I was a beginner. Now, as a beginner silver stacker, I did things backwards. You're supposed to start off with just standard bullion, just get your ounces up. You know, buy a lot of generics. Back when I started, it was tubes of Eagles. That was the go-to. That was because Eagles only had about a $2 or $3 premium. Eagles were the bottom of the barrel, the cheapest silver or the coins you can get, right? Besides generic, Eagles were the cheapest. It's funny now because now they're the most expensive. But believe it or not, Eagles were the best coin to go to by far. Even more so than generics, because at least it was from a, government-backed mint. But regardless, I loved high premium silver, expensive coins. You're not supposed to go that route in the beginning because you're very uneducated. You don't know where to buy or what the right pricing is. It's just very risky, and that's why I always recommend just buy as much silver as you can for as cheap as possible. Lower your dollar per ounce average, which is also why I recommend going to bullionmax.com/silverslayer and getting the 5-ounce starter kit below employee pricing, only one per household, but definitely go grab that. But regardless, this is what I did. I loved pandas. Absolutely loved pandas. I still do. My name should be Panda Slayer, honestly. But what I did was I saw this coin on eBay. That was the first red flag. As a beginner, buying a coin on eBay, especially a slabbed coin, this was a PCGS, which I like NGC now, a PCGS 2013 MS70 Panda. Let me explain a few things. First of all, 2013 is one of the most sought after years because there's 3 pandas on the coin instead of 1 or 2, which there's never really 3 pandas on a or 3 pandas on a panda. Makes it more collectible. So I knew that was a good coin. MS70, perfect condition, the best of the best. You can't get a higher grade. But on the listing, he only took 2 pictures. Usually, and that's another red flag, usually you want as many pictures as possible so you can really get a feel of what the coin looks like, especially if you're paying for a coin where condition matters. So I bought the coin. It was at a really good price. That was a 3rd red flag or 4th red flag or whatever. It arrives, and when I get the coin, there's a huge like milk spot on the coin, but in the pictures he like purposely took the picture to where you couldn't see the milk spot. But if you looked at it without knowing, it looks like he just took 2 pictures of the coin. Now, if he would have taken 3 or 4, it would have been inevitable for him to not get it, but that's why he took 2. That was a bad mistake for me because I might as well have busted that coin out of the slab and just sold it as a normal raw panda. That MS70 condition is no longer in the question unless I want to rip someone's head off and do the same thing he did, which I don't like doing that. So there was lots of red flags. You see how that situation could have been easily avoided if I would have followed the first red flag or the second red flag or the 3rd red flag. That was an easily avoidable situation, but I was new. I was very new. Another red flag, me doing or getting into that coin way too early. Another red flag. Me seeing that it was extremely undervalued. Another red flag. Got to be careful. I also, let me think some other time. So this is another situation. I was heavily influenced by silver stacking channels that were way out of my limit, my reality. For instance, Silver Slacker. Silver Slacker, one of my favorite channels still to this day. He doesn't post that much anymore. It's probably where I got my name from, honestly. Silver Slacker, Silver Slayer, because he was my favorite channel. I absolutely was addicted to this guy's channel. And I'm talking about I was obsessed with his channel. I mean, it was crazy. I loved his channel. He would unbox, and I'm not even exaggerating, like 500 ounces of silver at a time. It would all be poured silver usually. And that's why I really loved poured silver when I first started stacking. I was influenced by him. You see how, they're called silver influencers, YouTube influencers. So when I see this guy unboxing, 500 ounces every week, and I'm talking about, I don't know how he had that much money, but in my mind, I'm working like a minimum wage job. Remember, I started stacking in like 2014, 2015. So I was very young. I'm only 29 now. So I was like washing dishes or like bussing tables or something, nowhere near the means of his financial situation. But I wanted to be like him. I wanted to get that feeling of unboxing a whole bunch of silver or buying that really expensive bar or coin that he came across, or that 20-ounce Geiger that's really rare, whatever it is. So I was spending like 75% of my paychecks on silver. Remember, I'm working a minimum wage job, and minimum wage back then was really low. We're talking like 7 something instead of like 13 nowadays, or whatever it is, 14, I don't know. But that doing that and here's another thing too. Sorry, these side points are for a reason though. I also was thinking, not only did I was I influenced by that, but I was also watching channels that were making it seem like silver was about to explode tomorrow. So not only was I trying to get a whole bunch because I liked this guy, I was also thinking, man, I got to get all this silver right now because it's about to explode and I'm about to miss the boat and I won't be able to buy it for this cheap price, right? So that put me in a very dangerous situation of overbuying. Right? Just because you can buy something doesn't mean you can afford to buy it. That's probably one of the most important lessons I've learned throughout silver stacking. Is just because you can buy something doesn't mean you can afford to buy that thing. So spending all that money, obviously, I would have to end up selling a lot of that silver because my car bill came up or my car broke down or whatever the case is, medical bill, whatever the case is, you end up selling a lot of that silver. And then once you sell it, you're obviously not getting the same price you get back. And then you have to rebuy a lot of that silver at a worse price because the coins haven't had enough time to appreciate. So it's just a messy situation that could easily been avoided if I would have just been stacking, I guess, more responsibly. So that's why, and I get it, silver is very addictive in the beginning. I know I was there. I remember spending all day watching silver stacking videos, and my thing was unboxings. Like, I loved unboxing videos. Something just about watching someone unbox all that silver and it's packaged, and I loved it. It's like, I don't know if you guys know what ASMR is, but it almost gives me like tingles. ASMR is like when you see someone whisper in a microphone and they'll like do this, and it's supposed to like give you some type, I forget what it's, ASMR, it's like stands for some big word, um but that's literally what like silver unboxings did. It like got me in this stance and would give me like almost like tingles and like a very relaxed feeling, but it also really made me want to also unbox that silver at the same time myself, which can be dangerous. So make sure you're stacking within your limits. If you aren't in the same financial situation as Silver Slacker, then you got to be realistic to yourself, or you're going to end up making the same mistake where you have to sell all that silver because you need money. So, yeah. Anyways, let me know about your situations. Some other situations that I see happen a lot of times is, let me think. So, one is trading. There's been some very bad situations between YouTubers. I know I remember this guy's name. This was probably the biggest YouTube controversy or silver stacking in the silver stacking community to exist till this day. This guy's name, I'll say it, whatever. He's a piece of crap. Ask like, I think it was like Salivate Metal. No, don't talk, no. But this guy's name was Frank P. Numismatics. Frank P. Numismatics. This guy scammed the silver stacking community out of thousands of dollars by playing this like victim role and would do trades with people but never send his coin and something else, man. And this is when you could send messages on YouTube, and we all exposed this guy. Like there was like a whole forum of this guy, of people telling others on the silver community of times that this guy has scammed them, and he came out and said that he had some mental condition or something, blatantly just like trying to play the victim once again and try to use that to his advantage. But it was just a massive horror story, and that could also be dangerous. Another thing is buying and not knowing the price of coins. Morgans, for example, are a very tricky market. If you don't know the dates or the mintage, like for example, Morgans stopped being minted in 1921. If you don't know that, then you probably shouldn't get in the market of Morgans. If you don't know what what a Philadelphia mint is compared to a Carson City mint is, you shouldn't get into them. If you don't know, if you cannot determine whether that coin is a VG or a VG plus or a 68 or 64, you shouldn't get into Morgans, because people are going to over exaggerate the condition to overprice the coin. And if you can't tell, hey, that coin isn't really a VG plus, or that coin isn't really a 64, you're going to get scammed. Or if you don't know that a 1901 versus an 1878 Carson City or 1887 Carson City, what the price difference is, which could be hundreds if not thousands of dollars on some of these Morgans, you're going to get ripped off. So that's also why I tell beginners, just buy generics, and over time you can get into that stuff. Is actually suggested, because those types of coins are detached from spot price. But if you are new, don't try to get into a market that you don't understand, or you will lose money. So I guess that's mine. Those are the biggest things that I could offer about mistakes in the world of silver stacking or selling. Obviously, don't sell yourself short. Don't sell to local coin shops if you have high premiums. Yeah, I mean, that's stuff I've made other videos about. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was 1, educational, 2, informational, 3, at least entertaining, make sure to hit the like button. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going back to posting a lot. This is my schedule. 2 videos a day on weekdays, 3 videos on weekends. So that means once in the morning, probably around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard, and then the other one around 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern Standard, every day, Monday through Friday. On weekends, it's going to be like a 9 a.m. upload Eastern Standard, probably around a 2 p.m. upload, and then probably around a 6 p.m. upload. 3 times a day on weekends. So stay tuned. We have a lot of stuff. I'm really going to try to grow my channel. YouTube actually told me something today, because I used to average, and not too long ago, average 50 to 100 subs a day. 50 to 100 subscribers, right? I'm getting like 15,000 views in a 48 hour period, so that's about right. But lately, sometimes I'll get like 0 to 1 subscriber a day. Now, that's literally not possible that out of 15,000 views, only 1 person subscribes. So I messaged YouTube. They acknowledged it, and they told me something, that if people are purposely or maliciously like flagging or reporting my channel, that will mess up and fluctuate my subscriber count. And they said that's probably what's happening. Their internal team's gonna look into it. I get a lot of scammers, these WhatsApp scammers, constantly blocking them. They're trying to promote POR, and I'm not even gonna say the last letter, which is N. And I'm sure that they're maliciously trying to attack my channel, which definitely will hurt a YouTube channel. So make sure you like the videos, and yeah. So that's it. I'm gonna really try to push my channel more and make more content for you all. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.